Hello and welcome to How Time Flies, the video newsletter version from the High Plains Western Heritage Center for the month. Coming up here, May 2021. So April showers bring May flowers, and I'm sure things are going to be greening up and blooming very soon. But the last part of April, Carla, had a little bit of snow. I'm Brian Leslie along with Carla Scovell, the Executive Director here at the High Plains Western Heritage Center, open for business and ready for visitors. And actually, April was a fairly busy month.
It was. We had the candidate forums here for the City Council and the Spearfish School District, so that brought in quite a few people. It's fun to see how engaged people are in politics right now. And then, of course, we had our annual meeting, and that was fun to bring back our membership, and we had about 30 folks in spite of the storm. So we are grateful for that.
And that annual meeting was for the society, the board?
Yes, yeah, thanks for clarifying that. Our annual membership meeting. So as folks are members of the High Plains Heritage Society, they get to come once a year and help vote for our board of directors. Yeah. So this year we were sad to say goodbye to Kurt Mankey. He was the outgoing board member, but he's a busy guy with all of the things he does, and so we appreciate his service to us very much. And re-elected in his place was Marguerite Cleven. She'd been on our board in the past, and of course she and her husband are instrumental parts of the Heritage Center's history here. It's going to be wonderful to have her back on and pick her brain for another year or so until she decides
go all the way back to the founding and the fundraising that took place to even build this beautiful, beautiful building that we're sitting in right now. So
that's right. She and her husband with their fundraiser, well, the radio
station, Radiothon, at KBHB. So just wonderful heritage, and glad to have her on the board, like you said.
Yep.
That's awesome. And then reelected as president.
Mick Harrison, yes. And so we had him on the hot seat. That's really fun to get a chance to introduce him. We're going to be doing a series with our board over the next few months so that everyone can get to know them. Yeah. It's something that I've kind of neglected to really take the time to make sure that everyone really knows who's running this place, who's at the helm and who our leadership is. Couldn't do it without them.
Yeah. Well, we had the annual meeting, as you said, and then you had a wonderful little group from the big metropolis of Elm Springs, South Dakota, out by Union Center, a little schoolhouse there on the prairie.
I know. It was really fun to know that K through 8 still exists in one room here in the modern day. And so they were just wonderful kids, mostly ranchers, so this, of course, life wasn't new to them, but what they really enjoyed was meeting our volunteers who came. And they're the living history, as I told them. The folks that are out here are the ones that lived what you're living now, only like your grandparents did. So They were just so polite and wonderful. And also then we had the Belfouche 3rd and 4th graders. We love it when they come back every year as well. Always delightful, very interested, and they pay a lot of attention. Most kids don't, but for some reason these smaller school districts
dialed in.
The teachers are doing a great job, and
congratulations
so are the parents, apparently.
to those teachers for doing a great job.
And Randy Bender did his Colonel Carlton reenactment as well for both of those schools.
Wonderful.
It's always fun when Randy comes.
Yeah.
Always a good day.
You'll be seeing him a little more this year.
Yes.
All right.
We hope so.
Now, also, Paul Higbee came in to do a book presentation on First Strike, the Doolittle Raid, Don Smith from Belfouche, and that was very well attended back on the 18th of April, which was actually the 79th anniversary of the Doolittle Raid. It was really cool listening to that presentation when he was talking to us, because you're thinking the very things that he was talking about were happening at that moment on that day. And it was very engaging and very educational and informative. And thanks again to Paul. It's a wonderful resource to have authors and historians like Paul Higbee right here in our community. And it's a great blessing.
You got that right under our nose. Mm-hmm. So, and a really special treat that day was Linda Wiley's father, World War II veteran, 96 years old, sharp as a tack. Came in that day, and he had been an instrumental part of some of the information that Paul had gathered for his book. Mm-hmm. And KNBN was here, News Center 1. They did a video of that, and you can find that on the News Center 1 website as well. There's a link to that, and we hopefully will get that on our website in addition to make it a little easier for you to see what he
Sure.
had to say. He was a fun guy.
He was very good. And there was a gentleman that presented Paul with a model airplane of a B-25 Mitchell.
Yes. I can't pronounce his name, and he knows that, so that's quite all right. Larry was
But this was his
name.
picture. We're showing it right now. So
Correct.
this was the presentation. So very, very cool thing. It was awesome. Yeah.
And speaking of presentations, just backing up a little, during our annual meeting, we presented a beautiful plaque. I wanted to make sure everyone sees this, to the Clarksons and the Bradley family for helping us to pave our way into the future. So I want to once again thank everyone for that.
With the driveway, the asphalt paving of the driveway.
Correct.
Yeah.
We hadn't presented that plaque yet, and although that project was complete last August, it was an opportunity for the membership to have an opportunity to thank them. And Kurt Minke, of course, with a little clock we gave him. So.
Yeah. Well, looking ahead to May, Carla, is that it for April?
It is.
So, looking ahead to May, I'm thinking, buses are trickling back in.
Colette Tours. We'll have 3 Colette buses in May, and that'll help us get warmed. And Orion and Stacey Potter will be performing a little variety show for them this year, and Cheyenne Crossing will be coming in to provide the food. And then that'll get us warmed up to roll into June for our Cowboy Supper Show for the public, June 15th, 22nd, and 29th. And folks are already making reservations from around the nation as they come in and they get their campground secured. Then they're looking for something to do, and we're one of those great things that's a good alternative. All indoors, so you don't have to worry about whether we're going to have a June hailstorm.
Right. So now that we're into the month of May, this is the month to plan for the Cowboy Supper Show. Go onto the website. You can purchase your tickets online at westernheritagecenter.com. You can look for the menu bar that says Cowboy Supper Show, or just click on the photo and it'll take you right to that page. You can book your tickets right there. And we've already had, like you said, quite a lot of interest as the campgrounds are filling up and visitors are coming in. Looks like it's going to be a big year for tourism in South Dakota. So if you're local or within the area, or if you've got friends visiting, it might be a good idea to plan ahead to get in a spot for the supper show this year in June, and also in August and September.
Yes.
Yeah, this year. All right. What else?
I think that's about it for now.
Our summer hours started the 1st of May, so
They do,
now
so-
we're open 7 days a week.
We are. Monday through Saturday, 9 to 4, and Sundays 1 to 4.
Yep. So we're hopefully going to be seeing you. If you're within the sound of my voice and within the area, stop on in and check out all the wonderful, marvelous things. And I know you had great groups in here for our movie matinees during the month of April. That was a lot of fun too.
It really was.
Well, thanks for joining us for this edition of How Time Flies, and we hope to see you again next month.